Hello everyone. I'm hoping to rejoin society soon. I have been avoiding it as the atmosphere has become quite toxic. And just being around people lately has been stressful. But y'all know that. I've already told you that. But I still want to be a part of society in some way, so I'm going to make another video. I'm going to read to you, a thingy from the book. It is the book. You cannot buy the book. The book does not exist anywhere but here, in this moment. So, one of a kind of situation. If you ever want to read the book, you just have to ask, and I will let you borrow the book, and you can flip to whatever page you want and read whatever it is. Some of it's poetry, some of it's journaling, some of it is just sketches. Sometimes it's numbers and drawings of things that I'm trying to make. You know, put my ideas down on paper. But I'm going to get back over here because the lighting is better. Read. I wanted to do No Windows. It's one of the first ones I did in this particular book. It was done June 13th last year. No windows. I often dream of a house with no windows, and doors that lead only to other rooms. Others come and go from this house, but I remain. Everything I need is there. I have food, water, company. I even have a pool, but never an outside. Now, outside of subjective. I'll go over that later. When I first saw this house, it was a single room with no bed or furniture. It was a barren cell that I was locked in with a woman, whose name and face I cannot remember. Over time I found that I could change the house. I started with a bed and a sink. I even made a door, but when I opened it I saw a vast blank expanse. Nothing below or above or beyond except for a rainbow-tinted whiteness. I stepped into it and I fell. I fell far, far away from my cell. Without the floor of the cell I had no direction to fall. I simply fell through the whiteness. I realized then that I needed the cell. I remade the cell around myself, shutting out the white void. I made new rooms, places to play, places to eat, and places for guests to stay. I created people to please and entertain me, though none remain forever. I've tried to escape many times. I've created imitations of forests. I've created islands and seas. I've even built myself a temple high in the sky where people will spend entire lifetimes in an attempt to visit and pay homage to me. When I could not create an escape for myself, I would tear at the walls. I would hack away with all the tools of my imagination, only to see the wall fill itself in. Once, I was able to break through the wall, but when I crawled through the hole, I found myself standing in the room I had just left. All that exists is my creation. There is nothing outside of me, nothing to explore, nothing to wonder. The most monstrous of beasts bow to me, so I have nothing to fear. There is nothing to end me, and I cannot end myself. No matter how bad things get, no matter how far I go, I always wake up in the morning. I do not know why I am locked in this eternal cell. I do not know why I am trapped inside of myself. There is no way out. So, this is a dream that I've been having probably since a little bit before puberty. It's one that I've noticed kind of stuck with me and has evolved over the years. And at first it was just a blank, barren concrete block that I was living inside of. Empty and devoid of all life except for this one stranger. Now, it's a very existential cell. In this dream I am basically God. And, creating the world around me. And I wonder what God would think in that situation. Would you create the universe if you had nothing? I would. Certainly. But anyways, there's one aspect of this dream, this long, never-ending dream that I've had. It's about sex. It's very, very sexual. Which is probably why I started having it when I was hitting puberty. The first woman, I believe that she doesn't have a name or face that I can remember because she was never actually a person. It was more just me exploring that concept within my mind of sexuality and desires. Another aspect of this dream, I'm just going to be a lot about sex, just so everyone knows I'm going to be talking about sex. I'm never satisfied. I'm always trying to escape and find more and build more and find something outside of myself. That is kind of like my sex life. I'm never satisfied sexually. There have been brief times where I had a sexual partner and it was good. It was very good. But there's always that desire for more. Always there. More so than any other desire that I have. It's easily the least easily satisfied. So there was the faceless concept woman. And then, as I grew into my teens, it became more about the people around me. The house developed. It was about everyone had their own room, their own place to stay, but there were 5 distinct people at a time living in that house. My house of sex. Myself, I don't know if I should be mentioning any names. So it is a very personal fantasy, I guess. Personal sex dream. I'd be willing to. I just don't know how those people would react to me saying, "Hey, you're in my sex dream." Oh, that's bad. Anyways, so started with a box, then grew into a house, and then things get real egocentric, like tremendously. The palace in the sky is in fact a pyramid, a gigantic fucking pyramid that hosts of people would walk up and make a pilgrimage. And what was at the top? There was me. And that was a fun fantasy because there was no individuals. I could swap the names and bodies at will. It was just whatever tickled my fancy at the time. As far as sex goes, I just wanted to have sex with every woman in sight. I mean, the desire is there. I'm just saying. And it's evolved since then as well. The most recent iteration is quite fun for me. So, in this never-ending dream that I have, the most recent location, house, was shown to me by me. I met myself. His name was Jerry. You guys have seen me talk about Jerry. Jerry is my future self. It is the embodiment of all of the things that I desire for the future. When I'm having troubles, I will talk to my future self, aka Jerry, for help in figuring out my own mental processes. I find that to be extremely helpful. It makes me stop and think about what I'm asking for and what I'm doing with my life. What do I want in 10 years? What do I want in 20 years? That's Jerry. So Jerry introduced me to this next house, which just kind of came out of the blue. It's awesome. Okay, so it's all one floor, one story. It's rich person house. Very, very bougie. Bougie? Bougie. Marble floors, fancy carpeting, silk beds, 4 posts, curtains. The walls are basically made out of windows, which is amazing. So much light. There's a pool, and there's a tremendous garden. Most of the property is garden. It's really not a big house. It's smaller than the house I dreamt about in high school. But the fascinating thing about it is the people. To watch the evolution of the people who are staying in these sex dream houses of mine. It's down to 4 people in it now, myself included. I am one of them. And again, I don't necessarily want to mention Ning because I don't really know how people would react to finding out that I have them in my sex dreams. I want them to know, but I'm still not there yet. Anyways, beautiful gardens with koi and little Japanese oriental pagodas. Cherry blossoms. There are cherry blossoms as well. And petals will fall into the little koi rivers and ponds and float around. It's awesome to sit in the garden and watch these things flow by. I think that's my favorite part. No, it's not my favorite part. There's a lot of favorite parts about this dream. This dream is basically my own personal paradise. God, now I'm thinking about it. Anyways, bye.